everybody. We are back in Norway. A week ago today, we were traveling back, and it's been a good week. We've gotten to rest some. We've gotten a lot done in terms of moving into our home and finding things for our home, kitchen, that sort of thing. And I wanted to share some thoughts that I had from Kosovo and from my time there, and really from our time so far in Norway. And I want to share an area that I've struggled with idolatry in regards to missions. So, to try something new, I want to reflect a little bit on, so the beginning of it is really that, when you first get a call to missions, for us, it wasn't just a good idea. We asked for years, is this what you're calling us to, God? Is this something that you want us to do now? And though I felt it was in my heart, I never felt a yes from the Lord until 3 years ago. And we were praying, and then the Lord says, it's time. And we said, okay, lead us and show us where we're supposed to go, what we're supposed to do, and how we're supposed to do it. And he did, and he showed us YWAM, and he showed us to come here to Norway, and all of a sudden the idea becomes real, and you're looking at, dates, and you're looking at when are we going, and how does this work, and you start talking about details, and one of the things that comes up is fundraising, and we showed you guys a lot of our journey in fundraising, and we absolutely loved fundraising. We loved meeting with people, connecting with people. But one of the things that happens to that call or that vision God gives you when you go and share with people, you share your heart, you share what the Lord's told you, what the Lord's led you to. In the process of praying, in the process of thinking, you begin to come up with ideas, some of them from the Lord, some of them that make sense, some of them in maybe your flesh, and you start to think, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to accomplish, and you share it over and over again, and you share it over and over again, and you share it over and over again. And I think for me, something that happened in that season of fundraising, though it was awesome and the Lord was working and it was really great, and we loved every connection we made with people, and we were so thankful for all the people that funded us. I think one of the things that I started to do is to grab hold of this idea of success and this idea of purpose, and the idea that people are giving money and then we want to accomplish something. And I started to trade that desire just to follow the Lord and to hear his call for something that was, I could put down on paper, something that I could say, this is what we're doing, and this is how we can say we're successful or not successful. And plans do matter, and vision does matter, and we are so thankful to have that. And we feel so like you want vision, and vision is really good, and you don't want to come over here and just do nothing and have no goal, no purpose. But that goal and that purpose doesn't make a good God. It's not a good replacement for God. It becomes an idol. It becomes something that you can't accomplish, that you can't attain, because it's just an idea. And you have certain visions of what this is going to look like. You have certain visions of how this is going to play out. And when you're going through DTS, and then when you go finally to another country to share the gospel or to do missions, you have a certain look of what it's going to be in your head, and you want it to accomplish something. You want it to be able to say something, I did this, or we did this, or we saw God move. And I think I realized that was not a good God, that was not my purpose, that my purpose is to follow the Lord and follow what he has put before us. And I think I had, sitting before the Lord this morning, realized that I did make an idol out of success. I did make an idol out of accomplishment, and it doesn't work very well. So when you realize that you've made an idol out of success, it doesn't feel great. But one of the wonderful things about working with God is that he doesn't really hold those things against you. He's just ready for you to come back to him. And so I just spent time with the Lord this morning and just heard him speaking over me how much he just cares about me and how much he cares about who I am, not for what I can do for him, not for what I can accomplish. As soon as I start to grab hold of something that I think God's giving me and say, all right, God, I'm going to take it from here, then I lose it. But we get to walk with him in that journey. We get to do it each day, each step of the way. And he takes us on an adventure, and it's not predictable. It's not what we expect, but it's so much better than what we would get if we did it on our own. And I'm so thankful that he continues to remind me of that, and that he continues to invite me back into that journey. And I'm excited to see what the next step of that journey is. And just so incredibly thankful for God, for all the people that are behind us, and excited to see what happens. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time. Be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you around.